Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and he shall not depart from it. A lot of times when we think about training our children as single parents and getting them ready for different things, sometimes we forget some really, really basic things. So I want to share with you some basic things about focus and confidence and helping them with their purpose. So let's talk about focus. You know, sometimes even for us as adults, we have a hard time just staying focused. So I want to share with you a couple exercises that you can do in your household to help you and your children with focusing. 1, let's count back from 100. 100, 99, 98, 97, 96. You get the idea? And go all the way down to 1. Another way to increase that focus is also by counting back in threes from 100. 100, 97, 94, 91. Get me? All right, great. Here's another thing you can do at family time that can help your children with focus. What about puzzles? Remember those puzzles? We go get those big old jumbo puzzles. We'll start off with the big pieces of puzzles and doing them first. Then transition to smaller pieces and smaller pieces, then a 1,000-piece puzzle, then a 2,000-piece puzzle, because it really helps to focus, because you have to put all your attention and be very aware of everything that's before you so you can focus. You're going to see that your children and even yourself, you're going to do better at work, your children are going to do better at school, they're going to do better at getting their chores done and focusing and listen to what you have to say, because they're learning a technique on how to focus, right? So let's talk about confidence real quick. Confidence. How can we build up our own confidence and our children's confidence? Oh, this is easy. Just like we can take those focus pieces, we can use those as well to help us to build up confidence. But here's another thing. Do you remember the paint by number? Yeah. Paint by number. It does 2 things. It helps with focus and it helps to build confidence, because at some point the number on the paint may say that number 1 is red, number 3 may be blue, number 4 may be purple. But what about if you decide that number 4, instead of it being purple, I really want that feather in that picture to be red, right? It builds confidence. And then you come back as a parent and you help your kids build that confidence by affirming them, affirming that, oh my gosh, that was a great choice that you used when you switched that up, helping them to build confidence and to use their own imagination and use their own creativity to build that confidence. That's one way. Another way, there are things that you can teach your kids. For instance, what about, it doesn't matter if it's a little boy or little girl, sewing. Yes, sewing. Basic things, making a scarf, making a pillow, letting them take sewing classes, finding somewhere, or either, YouTube videos is everywhere to teach you basic stuff on sewing. So that helps to build confidence as well. So let's talk about another part of confidence when it comes to speaking, when it comes to you're being challenged with different things. Because in our schools today, our kids are exposed to so many different things. How do they build confidence to be able to say no? So maybe your little son's best friend says, hey, let's go ride our bike over there in that dirt pile over there. And your son has something inside him to say, oh, my mom may not want me to go and ride in that dirt pile because she specifically told me to stay in this area. Well, here's something that you can teach your children to say. You know what? I want to ride my bike with you, my best friend, but I choose to ride on a level that's flat instead of going over there on that big pile of dirt. That's not what I want to do. Or I need to check with my mother first. Teach your kids how to respond to things that's going to take them outside of what you want them to do so they can have confidence in saying it. You can role play this at home. It's for you. Let's just say, for instance, you have a friend who says, hey, let's go mountain climbing today. And you may say, I've never been hiking before. So before I go climb a mountain, I would prefer we just go hike in the park and hike in a nature park that's in our area, right? This is teaching you to build confidence and knowing how to answer the questions appropriately. Another choice is to say, maybe it's best for me if I do X, Y, Z versus doing this. But we have to train our kids because, believe it or not, we are their role model, and they're watching everything that we're doing, everything we're doing. So we have to set that example first, and it can't be done just in words. It has to be done in our actions. So let's talk about purpose real quick. All of us have a purpose, right? And right now you be thinking, oh, my purpose is raising these kids and there's a lot going on. That's great, but I promise you that God has a bigger plan for you that's outside of just being a mom, that's outside of just going to a 9-to-5. You have a purpose, and the reason why I know you have a purpose because He gave you a voice, and He's giving you a story to tell where your children also have purpose. And so now is the time to begin to let them to become more aware of who they are as a person, more aware as how they're being developed and discovering themselves and discovering the things that they're passionate about, right? And helping to lead them in that direction, whether it's through reading a book, right? Whether it's through you guys going to the library and checking out specific things that your child are interested in. Like it may be art, it may be science, it may be math. They may be the next cyber guru in the United States, or the next president of the United States. It's a great time now to help them to begin to define what their purpose are. And guess what? In the middle of you helping your kids, you're probably going to discover what your next purpose in life is too. I thank you. I hope that these tips on focus, confidence, and purpose have helped you and given you just a little bit to get started with as you level yourself for what God has for you next and for your kids. Have a great day.